every girl on Earth disappeared.
All right, more trains.
All right, more trains.
All right, more trains.
All right, more trains.
All right, more beer. Trains, I meant.
All right, more trains.
It's been a year, so first I want to thank my co-host.
All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to episode 20, if you could believe it or not. Wait a minute. Who's that extra person with us? Colin in the background. Episode 20 of Three Rails, Four Dads. We have a packed episode here tonight. We have, of course, Trains of Lark has joined us, but we are also going to go through the Lionel July release, the third rail. What was it? Anniversary. I don't remember what anniversary it was. 50th anniversary catalog. And we have a few other surprises for everybody at the end there. So please hang with us. This might be a little bit crowded. It might be a little long, but we are definitely going to have an action-packed, I don't know, let's call it hour and a half. I don't know, maybe around longer than that. Who knows? All right. And in case anybody hasn't noticed, for the first time, Del and Ray are together. So it's not somebody in my basement. It's somebody, and they're not even home. Where are you guys?
Well, we're in a hotel room, but it's
Let's be a
not
little more
that kind of visit. Just like
what you think.
Not that kind of visit. No, we're actually in Stu's hotel room up in Scranton. He's over at the Radisson right now. The LCCA, if you remember, they have the early train show tonight at 6 to 9 p.m. at the Radisson, and tomorrow morning from 8 to 9 for members only. And then at 9 a.m. it opens up to the public, and Ray and I will be there, spending a boatload of money. So we're not getting anything out of these catalogs because it's already spent up here in Scranton. So
That's right. That's right. Awesome. Who do we got in the I usually tell you, Del, who do we got in the chat? Can you see?
Well, we've got John Hilt, we've got Aiden, we got Don Peck, we got Will, we got James Tucker, Darren. George is in here.
that Newt guy, we should
Yes,
ban that
Newt
Newt
is
guy
there. There
because
he
of
is.
his comments. Roscoe, Michael's Trains, Steam.
That's
Rail
right.
Lily.
We're five dads tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
And then yes, and Mike did point out that we all failed in our promos, and nobody used that as a promo.
No, Tom, no.
Wait, where's Tom? I missed his comment. Where is
Tom's in here.
No wet willies. Only steam. What is it?
Gold
Steam,
Standards here too? Mike's
Steam
American
Rail
Flyer.
Willies. The only Willie here tonight.
Oh, Maddie C, you were in our intro tonight. I don't know if you caught that. Well done, Mike. That was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So it is a team effort here. Mike does the intros for us on Friday, usually scrambling. He was working on something new today that failed, unfortunately. So maybe next episode we'll get that in. So, all right. I know you guys were reviewing your piece of paper over there, Ray and Del. So you're off and running.
All right, I'll let Del go first.
There it is.
Oh, Stu's. Okay, well, sorry, Stu.
Okay. So Lark, you do both YouTube and Instagram, but it seems like
Correct.
your Instagram page exploded. So I wanted to ask you, what was your first viral reel that you had on there, and when did you realize that you had the secret sauce to keep that momentum going?
Well, it was definitely the All Right More Trains. That's the one I felt like kind of put me on the national map in terms of like popularity, not just with the hobby, but in the general eyes. Really, it all really kind of began. So my buddy Bobby, who CWF Trains, he kind of laid the foundation for it back in August of 2023. He had a video of a girl coming in and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, are you catcalling girls today?" And then he goes, "What are you doing in my house?" And we didn't think much of it. And then all of a sudden, he was at 100,000 views, then 200,000 views, then 300,000. And then eventually it ended up breaking over 1 million views. And we were like, oh my goodness, what's going on here? And so we were both kind of thought, maybe comedy could actually be a good niche, because when I first started getting involved on the social, hey brother, yeah, that's my brother right there, that's Lucas. When I first started getting involved, at least in terms of social media aspect, I was really trying to find something that made myself different. Like I didn't want to compete with all like the reviewers or like the really nice stuff, because I wanted to do something that stood out to me. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I give comedy a shot? And so, being inspired by my buddy Bobby, then I decided to give it a try. So the whole inspiration for the "What Would Happen If Every Girls on Earth Disappeared" really stemmed from my wife, who does a good job of keeping me checked financially. And so when I saw that clip,
You got to get rid of her then.
yeah, Bob did a similar version of it himself.
She's getting done.
And I was just thinking, you know what? I probably would be financially irresponsible if something was to happen, like where like I don't have any restrictions. So it was Bobby and I worked together on that. And so he said, as I was like, all right, new trains, but he's like, no, you need to go over the top with it. And so when you look at there, like there's like boxes of like my MTH premieres, I had my Class A, I had my Niagara box, I had everything in there. It was so over the top. So yes, Newt, I totally agree with you on that. And then that's when I came in. I was like, all right, more trains. And so I didn't think much of it. And then I just, all of a sudden, the view starts going up. And it was 1,000, then 2,000, then 10,000, then 50,000, then 100,000. And then I just remember just watching my follower numbers just start to skyrocket. And that's when I realized, okay, there's no going back.
Yeah.
And then they made another one a couple weeks later. It was like, Men with No Hose. Where are you? It's the one, and it's me with Pennsylvania Railroad 080 just ramming into freight cars. And I was like, awesome. I mean, half the comments of them are like, okay, Gomez Adams.
Nice.
But really, it was the All Right More Trains ones that put me on the map, and that's the one that everyone associates me with.
I have an associated question with it that was separate, but I'm going to combine them here if I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you found the secret sauce there, but are you going to try to work that over on your YouTube side, or is that more for something different?
So I would like to eventually bring a comedic aspect of it to YouTube, but right now it's just with me having a not even a 1-year-old son. You know, my focus right now has just been primarily, you know, taking care of him and, you know, making sure that they're okay. So, I mean, I have slowed down a little bit on social media. And actually, as a matter of fact, this is my first day back on social media after I took a hiatus for most of this month, just because,
we appreciate you doing the show with us after you took
Thank
you.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, eventually I would like to do more YouTube stuff, just because I feel like that's an untapped area for me. I feel like, you know, Instagram has been very successful, but I want to get out of Instagram too. Like I want to be able to show myself more to a much wider audience. So to answer your question, yes, I would like to do stuff on YouTube, especially bring a comedic aspect for it. But just I need to figure out right now in terms of how do I want to do it, as well as still being able to balance being a dad and making sure my wife and my son are taken care of.
Balance being a dad. It's like something we all have in common here.
I'm missing all these comments. I'm trying.
Yeah, come on. Nah, I'm throwing them up on the screen, all the good ones. I'm throwing them up on the screen.
Well, I can't see
them. I have noticed that Jeremy was a little bit slacking off there. He was cranking him out for a while there, Jeremy. All right, go ahead, Mike. What do you got?
Yeah, so my question actually is like, so you and I went to York for the first time.
All right, sorry, Mike. Hold on 1 second. Ray, will you please answer James? He's asked 4 times now.
I did not. Okay, the core set was a bit, James. No, I didn't get it.
It was pricey,
But it was good. That was a nice thing from. Oh, there's.
Stay focused. Stay focused, Ray.
There's that.
So you did not go back. Mike, go ahead.
The comments are screwing me over. Okay, go to Mike.
No, I'll answer on that.
I'm gonna mute him.
Set has been at the last 3 Kutztown shows because it's premium price. The first show he had the add-on car, the tail end car with it, and so the price was a lot higher with that. But as people know, they can't make that set anymore. Whatever's made is made, and that one's mint in a box, never opened. So if you are willing to pay up, we're not. Even though Ray gets all that YouTube money from all his videos, you should see his wallet for tomorrow. It's fatter than mine.
All right, Michael.
Are you sure? Did you answer all the questions? Did you buy all the chorus trains yet? Now, how many? You know what they should have done is then like proofs of purchase. Get a bunch of things, and you can trade those in to get the train set, right?
That would have been brilliant.
Yeah.
Like save a bunch of cans,
right?
You can bring them over. I would have freaking had like 6 sets by now.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead, Mike.
So you and I went to York for the first time. It was your first time at the show, still your only time. I'm wondering if and when like the plan is to go back, or do you want to go check out other shows, or is it kind of like a one and done? Like, yeah, go for it.
So that's a good question. So this year, with CCA convention being held in Jacksonville, I decided I wanted to stay home, at least in Florida for this year. 2026, I mean, it's definitely a possibility, at least for the fall one, but ultimately it's just going to come down to, just family and finances. So the reason why I went to York when I did was because Carol and I felt like there was a realistic possibility that she could be pregnant or being close to a delivery in the fall, because that was the time frame that we were hoping for. And this was before I found that she was pregnant. And then, of course, once she told me in late January of last year, it's like, hey, you're going to be a dad. And so we both talked about it. We felt that York, the spring show, would be the perfect time because, she would be in a phase where she'd be able to be okay to be home by herself for a few days. And then I can come up there. And so I always wanted to do York because I felt like as if you're going to be successful in O scale, you have to make at least one trip up to York. Now, I know it's the spring show, and I've been told that, the spring show is a little weaker compared to the fall one, but I would like to at least get one trip to the fall show at least some point. So, yes, it is on my horizon. I just don't know when, and I don't want to guarantee anything right now.
I guess what other shows are kind of like, hey, I've done York. Let's say you do York fall and spring. Both of those are at least one and done. Are there other shows that you thought about traveling to?
Yes. So actually, in fact, there was a show in 2024 that I was planning to do prior to finding out that Carol got pregnant. And that was, I was actually going to be going up to see my family in spring of 2024. And my dad wanted to take me to the Great Train Show at Indianapolis because it was that same weekend. And he felt that, hey, my wife and my mom, they can go do something around the Indianapolis area. My dad and I can go have some fun, and I can do some promotion because at this point I was already committed to going to York at this point. So I was trying to get my name out there. So, but I mean, obviously that didn't work out. But theoretically, I would like to try to do another show. I would like to try to do something like outside. The one show that I feel like is if I have the highest possibility of making is the Spencer show in North Carolina. And that's one of the big advantages I have is that my brother actually lives in the Charlotte area. So it'd be easy for me to at least go and say hi and hang out with him and then take his son, at least take my nephew, and then take Gary along and possibly meet up with Bobby and Caleb and Spencer. So there are a couple of shows out there, but just right now I'm kind of just playing it by ear. But I mean, Spencer would be the most likely show I would commit to if there was one out there. Just because it's close and it have family nearby.
Yeah. All right. So David Steele is attending his first York. Make sure you stop us and say hello, David.
Make sure you bring money, David, because you will regret it if you don't.
Cash is king. Cash is king.
Cash.
David was here a couple days ago.
Yeah.
The pilot, and he had a long layover in Omaha. And my son and I had actually met him at Kennefic Park, where the 4023 big boy and the Centennial are. We were just up there having lunch, and he recognized us, and he was there. So we met him there, and we kind of connected that way. And so the next time he had a longer layover, he's like, "Hey, can we go do some train stuff? Can I hang out with you guys?" So we took him here. We went to the Union Station, which is a museum now, and we hung out a bunch with David. So that was a ton of fun. So
awesome.
Cool to see him.
By the way,
Uh,
Gold Standard, I've been seeing your comments. I like your new logo. Looks good.
Yeah, Tom's logo is badass, and him and Mike Mad Trains were talking about making a shirt for their like Insta live streams.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
shout
that's a
out to
good
those
idea.
two.
That's a
Yeah.
All right. Wait. So Newt is asking, what is the Spencer Show?
Spencer Show, that's actually a train show that they actually have at the North Carolina Transportation Museum. So
Low scale or all scales?
I believe it's all scales. So and it's the shop. The reason why it's called Spencer is because that's where the Spencer Shops is. That was one of the biggest railroad shops that the Southern Railway had. And then, yeah, nice, Tom, nice. But when Southern Railway was phasing out steam and going to diesel, they converted that into a railroad museum. And actually, for a while, that actually was where 611 was resting. So it's got some story background. I mean, of course, Caleb Beaster Trains would probably share a lot more about it. But yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Art, you got one for Lark?
Yeah. So I know the story, Lark, and I'm sure a few of us do. But tell the story of your layout and how you acquired that.
Yes. So that's probably this is probably something that should be in classic toy trains. So really kind of the seeds of everything kind of went back back to 2020 after my wife and I got married. So I moved everything from Illinois down to Florida, the collection, and I was looking for a room to put the trains together. And then I realized that the house that we lived in, there was no room to utilize everything on there. So my wife actually came up with the idea of, hey, why don't you get a barn? Why don't you get a train room for a barn? Because we've got about 5 acres of land in our property, so we have plenty of room to do a barn. But anyway, so fast forward to 2022. So I was just looking on Facebook Marketplace. I was just bored because I like to find occasional gold treasure. And by treasure, I mean good deals on O scale stuff. And I came across this gentleman that had a neat train layout in St. Augustine. So the photos look like as if it was like a 4x8 layout. And I was thinking, you know what? This might be a good holdover layout until I get something bigger, because I wanted to go ahead and at least get something at least going. Because I was finishing up getting everything ready to go to get the barn, because it was going to be a pre-made barn. More on that in a moment. And then my wife and I, we went to go look at. We realized this is not a 4x8 layout. This is a 6x12 layout. Someone really did a lot of work to it. I mean, it had 2 transformers. It had 2 starter sets. One of which was a rare rail sound set. So like the early 2000s types of rail sounds. It had 8 remote switches, and they were only asking $550 for the entire layout. So in other words, that entire layout that I have that you see on Instagram and YouTube, I bought on Facebook Marketplace for $550. So the backstory is that it was 2 owners before the current
Switches
owner.
alone would have cost you that.
Yeah, the switches alone. I mean, and the switches, that's being generous. I mean, that's being conservative. But basically speaking, it was a new owner. It was done by 2 owners prior. He was an elderly guy, had a lot of trains, and then I think he ended up moving away. I think he was in Wisconsin or something like that. I don't know the whole story of it, but basically speaking, the gentleman, he was desperately trying to get rid of it because he moved into this house and he was wanting to turn the train room into a pool table area because he had 2 teenage sons, and so the layout was in the way. So I paid him the $550, and then me and 3 guys. So it was basically a modular type setup where it's like in 3 pieces. So it was real easy to take apart. And then my buddy ended up, we drove from St. Augustine back here, actually stored it in this room as we're speaking. Actually, the area behind this computer is actually where it was resting for 8 months. And then the problem that we had with the layout was that it was originally suspended from the ceiling. And so, even though that the ceiling idea was solid, it was just not going to fly for a steel building.
Yeah.
So my buddy Walter, we decided we were going to convert it into a conventional table. But what he did was, to make it creative, we actually decided to put wheels underneath the layout. So that entire layout is actually portable. Like you can actually move it around in the entire barn. So, and then we put the frame together. He put some finishing on there, and then he also put shelving underneath the train layout so that way I could store everything, which was certainly nice because it became clear that the loft was not going to be enough to carry everything.
All right, more trains.
But I've over the years I've done a lot of work with the layout. I decided to convert the curves from 048 to 060. I upgraded from CW80s. Financial responsibility runs in the family. Yeah. Yes. Oh,
Thanks.
yeah.
Luke.
You're lucky I haven't shared a whole of your story, brother. So, but
So the layout is mobile. Can it I know you've got a big barn door. Can you take the whole thing out, or is it just
theoretically I could, but it would be really challenging to try to get that out. Basically, I would have to take it apart and then painstakingly carry it piece by piece. So
yeah,
but no, I mean it's something that I really take a lot of pride in. It's something I really have enjoyed, and eventually I am going to expand on the layout a little bit and add a third loop on there. But right now, I'm really content with that.
You did a ton of great work to it this year. Was a lot of that just anticipation of TCA is going to come here?
Yes. So I was not on the tour, and I did that intentionally because I knew that the barn was way too small to do a tour. I mean, we had when Kevin and Will and all of them came by, there was 13 of them, and if you see in the video clips that Will was sharing, it was a little tight space at times. So it would have been way too much for a group of 20. And on top of that, in the middle of Florida heat, when I only have one working AC unit, yeah, it gets warm and humid in there pretty quickly. But to answer your question, yes, I knew that I was gonna have a lot of people coming over, so I was trying to polish it up, trying to make it look as nice as I could.
Turned out great. I love the shots that I saw. It's always interesting when you have other angles, other people's cameras and phones.
Yes.
Shots of your trains.
They always come out better than my own videos. That's for sure.
Yeah.
When DA Griffin came over and took video, I'm like, how come my videos don't look like that?
Yeah. And when you look at Will's video, you saw there was that black line in the middle of it. It actually was not his camera. The lighting that I have is an LED lighting, and sometimes the cameras it doesn't always like cameras, and sometimes it can create a little black or gray line in there. I actually did that with my phone on several occasions, and so when he showed me that, I was like, yep, it did to yours too. So
I know a guy who just put in track lighting that you can maybe get a couple of tips from.
Right.
and then I have mine up here too. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, Dale, back to you. Or Ray.
All right. I'm gonna.
Oh, you guys sharing a list? That's so cute.
Yeah, I brought mine. He forgot his.
All right. So this is relevant to me because I participated. Lark did a very cool Christmas kind of mashup video this past Christmas. So I'm just asking Lark where he got that from, and I thought that was really great. And
where do you want to take that idea?
So that's a good question on that part. So that's something that I take a lot of pride in, and I actually ended up bringing in Caleb to help. Kind of as the invitation list grew bigger, I needed someone to help me help expedite it. But really, the basis of it came from two sources. So the first one was a Lionel Christmas from TM Books and Videos. Another one was it was actually three. The first one was TM Books and Videos. The second one was RBP with his RBP and Friends videos, which more on that later, right, Mike?
Of course.
And then the third one was a buddy of mine, Mark Klingel, who did a Christmas video where he asked a similar question to a bunch of his friends, myself included, back in 2020. And I decided I wanted to take that to the next level. And so I found some, kind of old school Christmas music. I had Final Cut Pro. I had a Mac that I could be able to finally do the things I want to do on YouTube. And so I decided originally I was going to do just a handful of friends and then kind of just go from there. But it was very successful. And then I did it again last year. And then I'm planning to do it again this year. Caleb and I are going to be doing it again. And then there's going to be an invitation. We've got about 30 people on our list that we're going to invite for this year. So Well, I'm limiting in terms of how many I do for them
12
because number
second
one, I
video.
want to make sure that I don't sacrifice the quality for it just to get everybody on board. And secondly, and more importantly, it gives me an excuse to do it the next year. So if some people are like, hey, why was I not in it? I mean, it's nothing personal. It's just because, there's only so many people that I can invite. But that being said, if you remind me, I will definitely make sure to put you on the list of invitations. And actually, as a matter of fact, one of them is actually talking about it right there, Matty C Trains. And so, Matty C, you're going to be invited for at least for the next one. So those go out in November, and then I try to put it out like the last Saturday before Christmas. So it's something I take a lot of pride in. And as for where I would like to go, I would like to eventually expand outside of the O scale and try to get maybe an HO or N or the one person I would really love to get involved is Jeff McComas, who, if that name sounds familiar, that's Tom McComas' son. I really would like to make the hobby come full circle and get him involved, considering so many people around my age and younger, we got our influence from I Love Toy Trains.
Yep. Maybe he'll have Moose in there. Maybe he'll work the dog in.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, go ahead, Mike. Since you're on.
I'm on. All right. My son posed an interesting question to me. He's like, Dad, if you could only take 3 trains to go run on people's layouts, which 3 would you take? I'm not going to tell you my 3, but I want to hear your 3. If you were
spoiler alert, yours are all Union Pacific.
if you're going to go me or run it on somebody, if you're going to go to Eric's Trains house because
okay. All right.
influenced all of his Hiawatha decisions, what are you taking?
Well, Santa Fe 3759, because I love those Santa Fe 484s. The Amtrak Genesis, that is my all-time favorite diesel on my entire roster.
I always just picture it doing that intro shot where it's just zoom. Got that nice low shot.
And the third one, it would probably be the Texas Special, because the Texas Special, the PWC version of it, that's the one that originally got me interested in O-Gauge back in 2004. So 3759, the Amtrak Genesis, and the Texas Special. And fun fact about the Genesis, I paid it on trains.com for $84.
Oh,
what?
I've had it for 9 years, never had to do any maintenance, and it still runs like a clock. And it loves to smoke up the barn.
Nice.
But,
all right. Life with Roscoe says you got to get into S. I've been toying around with N-Gauge, but every time I think about buying an N-Gauge set, I'm like, that's more money I could spend on O-Gauge. Let me just go buy O-Gauge.
Every time I think about N-Gauge, I get like arthritis just thinking about working on them.
Oh, you don't work on it. If it breaks, you throw it out and you buy a new one, I guess, right? Like,
yeah. Hey, Will, I saw your comment.
You need a railer too. You need a railer.
Hey, Will, I saw your comment about your wife and my wife just running the trains and figuring it and then letting them run, and then we just watched them. So, but
yeah, George says post-war number 50 gang car. That's what he's going to bring to the next layout he brings.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Lark, I wanted to ask you, since Ray and I are at the LCCA convention. You recently, back at the end of June, were at the TCA convention, and you had an integral part on helping coordinate it and that. And I wanted to ask you, what shocked you the most for volunteering for a TCA event? What did you not realize? Not realize, but being behind the scenes, you got to see how many volunteers it takes to pull off a big event like that. And I want you to talk about your experience there, what you learned, what you enjoyed. Cheers. I want to hear your side of the TCA event and what you felt about it.
Yeah, so you boys might want to sit down because this is
George is in the comments, so just keep it clean.
Yeah,
I love that guy. I hope George is in Scranton. I know Stu's here, but I hope George is in Scranton too.
Well, so the biggest takeaway I learned is that it can be mentally draining at times, just because like there's so many different moving parts that you have to make sure are properly maintained, and just and it's super rewarding, but it can definitely, it's a lot of work for it. So the reason I got into, at least where I got involved with the TCA convention was I knew that TCA was going to try to reattempt to do the Jacksonville show. So for those that don't know,
that, by the way, just real quick.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville show was originally planned for 2020, right? 2020.
Yep,
and it got canceled due to COVID. So then they rescheduled for this summer's.
Yeah, and it was also a collaboration with Department 56. So it was going to be TCA and Department 56 were going to merge their conventions together. So it was going to be kind of like a double convention. So it was a perfect concept for it. Any other year, it would have been a perfect hit, but they just so happened to pick the one year where a freak incident happened to no fault of their own. And so basically speaking, long story short, they wanted to give it, they went another round with it. And so the Southern Division kind of was a little bit more hands off of it because they lost a lot of their key players that helped put it together back in for at least the attempt for 2020. And so I realized that this was a chance for me to show that I'm more than just a comedy guy, that, I'm more than just this guy that makes funny posts on Instagram. The fact that, I really have a passion for this hobby. So when I found out about what was going on and realized, hey, the area wasn't being used to its full, you boys are nuts. So I decided to throw my hat into the ring, and I worked with Bob Keller, who was the chair of the committee. And so I brought in a 2 railroad scale layout. I helped bring in 2 tours, one of which was the Penny Farms tour, and that one, we'll get to that one in just a second. I brought in a big dealer, and then that one's also something worth mentioning later. And then the biggest thing I did was Peachy and I actually teamed up to help bring that content creator session. So as much as people like to credit me for doing that, in all fairness, Peachy was the one that got the ball rolling. I was just the one that just did all of the recruiting for it. But I still don't know how I was able to recruit people from all over the country. I mean, the one that probably surprised me the most, I was thinking, how in the world did I pull this off, was recruiting Will. Just because the fact that, he's probably one of you and Mike are probably the 2 best O-scalers west of the Mississippi, at least from a content creator standpoint. And so I was just thinking, like, how cool would it be, like, if he were able to come and hang out with us. And that was actually really cool, because with his son being the youngest TCA member of all time at the time of registration, I thought, hey, it'll give my son someone to hang out with. And it was really cool. In total, we got 20 content creators from all across the country able to come to this event. So we had, TDKC from Kansas City, Caleb Easter from North Carolina, fellow Floridian at the time, Garrett came, Ives Guy came along. And so it was really rewarding. But probably the most tickling aspect of it was the dealer that he ended up recruiting for it. He actually picked us over a more popular train show that weekend, which was in Tallahassee. So about 2 hours away. I was able to pull the strings and get him to come around. And the second I saw, like, he had like 50 Atlas cars, I knew the kind of audience that was coming. And I knew that considering that they were like $40 a piece, like, we're talking like really nice Atlas freight cars, like $40 each. Like, you can't even get a good Lionel car, like a good traditional Lionel car for that. And I kept telling him,
Rail King box cars, though, you can get those for $40 or less.
That's but these aren't like the Rail King ones. Like, these are like these scale ones. So
Mike's head just exploded.
Don't say scale.
And so he actually told me he never sold more. He told me he actually never sold more than 5 Atlas freight cars in a single train show. He did about 30 that train show, and that easily covered all of his expenses, and then some.
That's huge.
So
that's awesome.
But yeah, between me, my buddy Henry, Joker, I think a couple others got a couple there too. We pretty much we took a good share of his Atlas freight cars, and I was like, I kept telling him that week, I was like, I'm telling you, I know these content creators, they love these Atlas blue box freight cars. So
go at that blue box goodness.
No, hey, it's blue box bliss. And we'll get you on that.
Very good. All right. So I remember when you came to York, you had kind of like a list of what you were looking for. And I remember running around and picking up a few things. And then you picked up the Vision Line. It was a Vision Line Challenger last year. what's next on your list?
So in all fairness, I've taken a step back in terms of, trying to buy new stuff in favor of, trying to get stuff repaired. But right now, I'm really waiting to see when Lionel drops their next wave of CSX Heritage units, ES44s, because the one that I'm waiting for either Atlas or MTH or Lionel to make is CSX 1877. That's the Chicago and Eastern Illinois Heritage Unit scheme. I'm originally from Illinois, and CNI was the main railroad in my hometown, so I have a little bit of a personal attachment to it. So the second
Lark,
that
do you
something
think in Volume 1 we're going to get that? I kind of do.
my only fear is if they do the CNI unit, the Seaboard unit, and the CSX Firefighter unit, 2 other ES44 variations I'd like.
Yeah.
If that happens, I'd be like, I'm not going to curse on here. I have a no cursing policy, but
We're a family show.
I'd be like, happy
With 2 guys
birthday
in a hotel
to me. My wife might kill me. But no, I'm waiting to see what they do. I mean, I really would like to kind of finish out my rosters. I would like to get a legacy passenger diesel, and I'd like to get a moderate, like a medium-sized steam locomotive again, like a Mikado type, because I don't have any medium-sized.
Yeah, Mikado is the one hole in my my collection right now for New York Central that I want to fill.
Yeah. Well, in all fairness, I had 2 Mikados on my roster, but I sold one to raise funds for York, and then the other one was an engine that was part of the trade to get the Vision Line Challenger.
Where the Rio Grande going?
So the Rio Grande, I also had a Union SP tunnel motor and a New York Central S2. I traded those 3 engines to my buddy TDKC Trains, and he bought the Union Pacific Vision Line Challenger, and in exchange he got the 3 engines.
Wow.
So
that's
yeah.
All right. Why don't we do one more question, then I want to jump into catalog stuff because we've been at it for about 40. So Ray, Dell, you guys got your piece of paper?
No,
what do you got?
I use
We're
my question.
done unless Art, you have one.
Yeah, because I kept the question short. I didn't even want to come on here tonight because Ray's wife is doing a murder mystery evening with all her.
Thank God I got the hell out of there.
And I wanted to go over to that instead of coming here and looking like 2 gay dudes in a hotel room.
Oh.
But anyway, wait, I didn't give you a
sorry. Listen, to miss that, I will take all the abuse I am getting tonight. So,
the audience, so Ray said yes. So, okay. All right, that's enough of those jokes, guys. Let's move on to the catalog.
Jesus. All right, Mike, what do you got? Or are you out too?
No, I'm pretty good. If you guys want to start jumping, I feel like this is a good time to. We've talked about new engines.
All right, let's jump to the catalog, and then more questions will come up, I'm sure. Anyway, and I'm looking.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys in the comments, if you got questions, let us have them. Let's go. All right, we're gonna jump to the catalog. So we're gonna start with the Lionel catalog. We'll go through, and I'm not gonna call it a catalog. The July release, and which I personally think is brilliant, because I think they took up an opportunity to basically say, we understand that people are a little bit stretched on money right now, so let's do this in a way that delays things a little bit, slows things down, and allows people to catch up and still purchase things, right? And I think there was a very smart business model. They put some low-cost items and some normal price items in here. Go ahead, Trains.
I agree. I like the move.
Yeah. Well, and you guys also have to remember, too, because when the whole tariff situation caused Lionel to be backed up on a lot of their stuff, because the Sea Liners just came in. That was from Volume 2 of 2024. We're still waiting on the Mikados. We have the Vision Line GG1s. And the other engine that I'm surprised no one's even thought about are the ET44s. So they're all still really backed up. And I feel like that this
stuff is coming, though.
Yeah.
The ES44s are next the end of this month. Last time I looked, they were the 30th.
So, and you guys have to remember, I feel like that Lionel, one of the reasons why I think they did this was because back in 2023, when the Vision Line Big Boy was dropping along with the Russian decapods, all of a sudden Strasbourg 90 gets dumped at the same time too. And so I feel like as if after an event like that, Lionel probably thought, let's not do this again, because if we do this, we risk cannibalizing our sales.
Yeah. The ES44s, according to their site right now, the ship date is 7/30. So next week.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think it's the main beef. I mean, price stuff aside, everyone's going to yell about price stuff anyways. It happens with every single catalog that I
yell about price stuff, but then loves third rail. So I don't know. I don't get
it. But no, so I think most of the complaining besides price that I saw was like, oh man, I really like having like a catalog in my hands. I really like being able to, to have that, to see it, to go through it, to have a lot of stuff to go through. And at the end of the day, while that was like a cool thing to have, those catalogs are incredibly expensive for them to put together and for them to distribute. And
100% agree. And Mike, the one thing I would say though is so my understanding is they're still going to do a big book at the beginning of the year, but after that, they're probably going to continue these smaller things. Do it digitally. I think that's still cool to do it digitally. You don't have to do a paper one, but I don't want to see them go all the way to the MTH route, right? Where you just get a flood every day of like 1 or 2 emails with like hey, this is dropping, this is just hit the stores, blah, blah. Because it almost becomes like noise in the background.
Yeah.
And it's not as much in like, so I do like this idea of like every couple of months, a little bit of a digital catalog.
The biggest complaint I had about this catalog wasn't like honestly, it wasn't the catalog's fault. It was the catalog came out and everyone said, there's no chief. No, there's a lion chief. And everyone likes to discount that.
Yeah.
That's a nice one too.
In fact, Ray and I are getting lion chiefs out of this.
Well,
all right.
It's funny. The one, well, we'll talk about it when we get there. But
let's get there. Let's get there.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. All right, let's dive in. So honestly, this is really cool. And I mean, like, look, you want it. This thing would be an awesome set.
This is the Eric Siegel Express.
Yeah. And I mean, like, you look, what's really cool, right? If you look at the cover of the catalog, that's what's on the cover, right?
This wasn't my favorite cover. Like, where's the train? Like, whoa, it's way back there.
Yeah. But you look at what this is packed with, right? Like 3 powered units with sound and a super bass. This thing would have rocked the old NJ High Railers, building.
Yep.
With that much noise, right? Like, and then you got sound. If I remember correctly, there was sound in at least every car, right?
Well, at least 4 cars had sound.
And the Vision Dome car had the camera in it.
Yeah.
Not to mention too, if you look at that dome, that's not the regular Bud domes that Lionel does. That looks like a Pleasure Dome, Pullman Standard type dome, which was the only kind that Santa Fe used for the Super Cheap set. So the fact that the dome is the correct style on there, that's also impressive too.
Well, it does say new tooling, so you're right. They might have done that. Now these are not aluminum, but it's simulated, so I'm guessing I was really surprised they didn't do the extruded aluminum for these.
Yeah,
expensive.
I will say this too. I'm glad. My only complaint with the Sleeper Sounds car is just like the adult mind in me is just thinking, oh, please be family friendly with these sounds.
Sleeper car. Uh-oh.
I didn't
think of that.
I am sure Lionel and yes, because I have known I have heard stories about Lionel turning down some particularly slightly offensive custom runs to so I'm sure they would not allow that to happen.
Yeah, I'm thankful that they don't let.
Hey, look, that's not to spoil my punchline, but that's the big difference I think between Lionel and some of these other companies is they have a mass market and a brand they need to protect and think about, and that's why they price and release things differently potentially than other companies. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. So, I mean, this thing, if you bought the add-on pack, which I'm sure Eric will, is just in a tremendous looking train. All right, we jump into the
more of them to buy
the F3s, which I was begging Stu for a New York Central custom run. I don't think it's going to happen. It shouldn't happen, honestly.
You could always
they're out there all over the place, but these New Haven ones are gorgeous.
Yeah, those are super nice.
Yes.
And I have to be honest, I am also a big, and I don't want to jump ahead, but I'm a big fan of both of these Lionel lines on the right-hand side here, too.
I like the bottom one better. I just like the red, white, and blue one. It kind of gives me like an American Freedom Train kind of vibe.
Well, it's all about, right, they started to jump ahead to that, right, because all this stuff is going to get delivered next year, so it'll be during the anniversary, the 250.
Yep.
But both of them, you're right. I do think I like this one better, but I don't know. That orange one is really slick.
The orange is just going to look like a safety cone unless you weather it, though. I wish they had done a weathering or some kind of detail on it to help make it look like.
They should have done like a Conrail patch job over it and make it Lionel lines instead of.
That would guarantee
I just saw the. I sent you Art I sent the group the New Haven one at Hennings. So I like the New Haven one.
Oh, you sent us the post. Was it the NPC era one, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No. And do you know, I didn't realize this. They never actually ran this paint scheme, New Haven. This is a Lionel only paint scheme.
That's Lionel's fantasy scheme.
Yep.
They did.
Yeah, it's really slick though, right? And then you get the super base in there. That may be one that I pick up someday. I'd have to drop my. So if anybody's in the market, I might have to sell my CNJ F3 set to get this one though.
Are you going to be like how you were at York a year and a half ago when we saw the blue comments over at the Trains place? You're like, and then you just see that New Haven.
I did that again this spring with the shark noses wherever they are right here. Like I was kind of like, oh crap, and I must have gone back and forth 6 times on those.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, we're gonna keep moving. More F3s. This is a whole set now. So this is the North Coast Limited. Are these again Station Sounds Diner? These are 21 inch.
Correct colors.
That is a gorgeous set.
Yeah.
I don't done a scale one of these before. I think they've only just done the old
scale
cars that we're used to seeing on these.
I didn't realize they did this way. So Mike, they've done this set before?
Yes, they've done it in TMCC years ago.
Oh,
it looks
PWC. It was a post-war celebration style.
Oh, so it wasn't scale; it was semi-scale.
And I recently was at a friend's house who had the MTH cars, the 18-inch ones, and the Lionel colors did match. So don't be afraid of Lionel colors. No.
I could see that light green being.
If they did a good one time, they're gonna. This is the set. That's the sleeper set for me. I would love to pre-order just the engines and wait for some. I hate these 21-inch cars because I have them and the couplers.
They're too big for any layout almost, right? Like you have to have a club layout with.
Not to mention too, they are a pain to run on anything tighter than 054.
Yeah.
Because those couplers, they'll tell you if they like your layout or not.
Wow. They do say 054. I'm shocked that they're 054. I would have thought they were at least a minimum 060.
Those things are going to have more of a hangover than Ray after New Year's.
Or Ray after tonight.
Forget New Year's after this show.
They look bad on my 072.
Yeah. All right. So we're jumping into
the
SD50s. Okay. Very cool.
I love the CNW one.
All right. Am I the only person that just is like, can you please give up on the kinematic pilots?
I understand for the ES44s just because of the fact that the Vision line was the same variation of it, but I think I agree with you because I feel like as if the kinematic pilots prevents them from being on tighter layouts, in my opinion.
Well, I think they actually are designed to make it on a tighter layout, but I just feel like they don't look right. I don't know. If
they can stay.
Maybe it's not marketed towards me, and that's why.
I don't love that they ran these. They just made these. And me and Dell just got these, and I don't love that they did these right away again, personally.
But they're different road numbers, though. So
I know, but still.
Road names and numbers are just numbers.
Yeah.
I got the Conrail, and Dell has the Reading and Northern, which I love.
All right, so they're not in here. Okay, yeah.
And Lake State Railway was on my top 5 when we did our Instagram thing last year. Our top 5 railroads, Lake State was on it because it's such a reminiscent of the D&H with the blue and gray. and
Yeah.
but this one has white. Yeah, I think their paint scheme is gorgeous. So will I be buying another SD50?
No.
No. But I love that paint scheme on that one. So I know a lot of people never heard of that railway, but
Unless if you're in Michigan.
yeah.
And a lot of people, yeah, like James got the chassis. A lot of people got the SD50s, which is probably why.
I have 3 of them.
Coming, right.
I have 3 of them. They're nice engines.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't be afraid to buy an SD50. They
I
are
like that
if
green.
they're in the road name you want, buy them. But this catalog doesn't have any that I want. So
Yeah. I mean, the CNW one, for me, it looks nice, but even that one is still not something I would go down my way for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Newt likes the Hudson Bay.
Yeah, that
All
green
right,
is
keep
sharp.
rolling.
I just had never heard of it before. It's really cool.
All
And,
right, next page.
Next.
XD38s. Again,
and
I like these. Get rid of the freaking kinematic pilots.
was it 2018 they came out with these? I think
I
these were out in 2018,
absolutely
20.
love that they gave love to McLeod Railway. That is a West Coast railroad that doesn't get a whole lot of love outside of their steamers.
What is? Oh, McLeod. Okay.
So
Yeah.
you ever heard of the movie Stand By Me or Emperor of the North?
Yes.
Yeah.
That steam locomotive is a ex McLeod Railway,
Okay.
number 19. So it was like a kind of like a short, like a small railroad up in the northern part of California. Had with a lot of iconic steam locomotives, but just over the years,
I
it kind of got abandoned.
anything
I
farm
like, by the way,
related-
Ray, that you check every comment with Dell before you actually say it out loud to the group.
No, I prefer. I do like the Cargill. Anything farm related, I like. So I appreciate them.
I don't know. The DT&I is actually really cool, but maybe that's because of the reason why I like the Lionel Lines one too. The EJ and EJ.
I love the detail that they put on the back of the EJ and E one.
They look just like the Lionel Lines ones. They're the same color.
Yeah.
it's
I
got-
have an EJ&E switcher, so I can't say anything. So I love that switcher.
All right. What about the Detroit assembly line set as it loads? Give it a second. There we go.
Okay, I have to say I'm annoyed that the Penn Central boxcar can only be bought in the set.
Yep.
But they know what they're doing because
Wait for
people
it.
want that, and now you have to buy the set to get it. So
And the set's a great value in this catalog.
yeah, it is.
You know,
it is.
price wise, what you're getting, I think it's a Vision caboose, and you're getting 5 cars, four big box cars, and the engine. It's not a bad value. Sort of like the S2 turbine was in the Volume 1 catalog. That was the best value. I think this is the best value in this catalog.
Yes.
One of the few things in that catalog that felt like it was understandably priced, but we won't go down that rabbit hole.
Is it a Vision caboose?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah,
missing
yeah.
where that says that?
Is that box
It
car
says underneath, like the last thing under feature, right before it goes to locomotive features.
our zoom in
Oh,
on
there it is. Yep.
the blue box car?
The blue, this one right here.
The last one on the end.
That looks like
Is that the Expressway for Industry?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Wait. Oh, I was going to say, I thought for a second there that you guys could buy this together and have a set breakup, and that way you could each get your box cars. But you're saying you already got yours, except you defaced it.
Yep.
I'll talk.
Took the value. You took the value from $12 to $11 really fast. on that one.
Thanks. The blues matched, so I thought it looked nice on there.
Yeah, nice. All right, but these are all right. And I was trying to do some silly math here to see that right here's the 10-inch straight. So these are about what 15, 16-inch long cars, 16 and a half inch cars, right?
Yeah.
how about the
Yeah.
fact that the minimum curve for it is 031?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
That's like wait, who was it? Who was it running the Berwicks on the 020 or
Oh, that's West Belt. I love the fact that like he got one and they realized the curves were too sharp, so he just flipped it upside down.
flipped it upside down.
Look, I wish I could buy the Penn Central. I like the Conrail, but I am a little confused why Berwick's cost $85 and these are $140. That's a bit strange.
Well,
to me,
Atlas.
but-
Well, it's because it's Atlas's way of saying buy it now or pay more than twice that on eBay. It's kind of like their passive aggressiveness.
That is true.
Yeah.
I know Mr. Steve will be all over that Grand Trunk set because last summer he did the whole summer he built a train out of Grand Trunk and Canadian National cars. So he'll be all over that one. So, but anyway,
That's
let's
nice.
we can
Yeah,
move
we
on.
can move on. I do like these boxcars. I'll probably end up. I'm like saying bad things, but I'll end up getting the Conrail. So.
I considered one, but I just think they're too big.
And Art better get the pacemaker.
It's just too big. It's too big.
It's too big.
You've got
That's
a
a good
Vision Lord
thing.
Niagara in your
It'll
I
background.
got
never
I got what do I have? 9 of them already over here. I don't think I need another one.
That one's
Yeah,
the
you do. Yeah, you do. You can never have enough pacemaker stuff, Art.
My son, I went to the store. My son was like, "You're gonna buy more?" I'm like, "Possibly." Anyway, all right, and we got some cabooses over here. These are just standard cabooses with the.
You got
Lighting.
Delaware and Hudson caboose.
I'm not interested in that. I like the Chessie one better. That Chessie one with the safety awareness one. That one is a cool looking caboose. The DNA's patched out job. I don't like.
Wait, I actually like I don't know how Mike feels, but I like the Challenger even more than the Conrail. I like the UP Challenger.
Mike, is that like the
boxcar.
one that we got you at Grisboski's?
It is, but the shade of gray they have in the catalog is way off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
light.
That's
Hey,
light.
right.
That's
maybe
very light.
gamble on the fact Lionel may get that color wrong, and in turn, it looks wrong in the catalog, which means it will be right in real life.
Decide which way the flip goes on that is the risk.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they did the. I always see these MKT like single the centerfold. I always see
Art,
secondhand ones of those like going for like $20. I'm like,
Art, just move on from these before I say something bad.
They look like HO, little like tiny
Yeah.
toy cars.
Buy
I
a
used to call them
Trinity.
midget hoppers. As
Buy
a
a
kid.
Trinity Atlas one for $20 more. The end.
You know, I so wish that these were the 250. As
Oh my
opposed to
We're in
the-
the same room and we disagree. But
You agree?
no. The only reason
That's absurd for $100.
the price is wrong, but 2-bay hoppers, Reading Northern does a frac sand train with like 60 to 80 of these 2-bays. They don't use big 4-bay hoppers.
I know.
They
but,
run through our area.
okay, just
If they were a little cheaper and we
Okay.
get a custom run done,
buy. You can find this in any train store for $30.
horrible.
The end.
Should I mute
Moving
you?
on.
okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Our
All right,
marriage
start
is over,
Larkin. What were you
guys.
saying, Larkin, about
That's
these?
it. We're breaking up. The ring's coming up.
I love these, except spoiler alert, it is cheaper to get leftover legacy NW2s from our friend at the Lionel store, Mr. Fairbanks Morsaholic Dave Prass. It's cheaper to get one through him at 40% off than it is to get these new ones that are
I
Lion.
need to text him.
These are nice though. I give
Yeah.
them that.
I
Yeah,
wish that they were the
I have one of
250 that
these.
they were originally meant
Yeah.
to say in the catalog. Because if they were like 250, 260, that'd be like, oh yeah, they're
Right.
going
Why
to try
don't
and
they
sell us
all
for a
have
lot.
this little wheel thing up front? Because that was on all the post-war ones, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Printed whatever, and now they're getting prototypical.
Because you see that even like the little stand is there on all of them, but they don't all have it.
Yeah. It's just something that, depending on when the railroad or got it, or it was
Okay,
like,
wait. What is that?
I don't
Does
know.
anybody
know.
know what it is?
You hang your wet clothes on it. And
It's a satellite dish that way they can pick up their
Radio
XM radio.
antenna
and
and
run along.
I have a feeling it has something to do with some kind of communication on it. If someone in the comments wants to correct us there,
Oh, there you go. Old Ohio Anglers picked this up.
But no,
Radio antenna.
I was really hoping when I saw NW2 was going to be in the catalog. I didn't know it was going to be Lion Sheep, but I was really hoping they'd do another year.
Show it off. Yeah.
They aren't. It's all right.
Yeah.
These should be 350. That's I would have bought any of these. at
I agree.
350.
I same.
Because I bought my nickel plate road, the same line.
What do you think about those like little 060 switchers, right? Like something around that range, the $350, $400 range.
Yeah, I don't know. My
Mine's just off the
SW1,
screen.
I got my Conrail SW1, which is legacy, for like $450. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so then we go into the 250 set stuff. This was actually really neat stuff, but like, again, very specific. You got to be a collector to want to get something like this.
Well, no, you got Art. You got to mention that they're making a big deal about this General. That's new. That's new tooling.
Really interested when they said new tooling. If you look close, the whole bottom frame looks practically identical to a General. Just looks
Okay, it does look in every way identical. I assume we all have a General. I have the frozen one.
I don't. Yeah.
It actually looks just like the Mickey Mouse engine I have up there, except it's got 4 wheels up front instead of 2.
In their live stream, they claimed that they were talking it up. So
yeah,
I mean, it's too bad. Like these box cars are kind of neat. Like these, like
the
classic. Yeah.
Those turn out really cool. This would be really cool for like we have this part of the layout that's just done up for right now. It'd be really exotic around here for that.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Hey,
and then you can get this whole set for less than the switcher, Mike, and then the add-on car.
Art, the comment from Lady Lionel.
What?
You see the comment from Lady Lionel? That's Will's wife.
We bow down.
I 100% agree with you on this. With the Freedom Train getting restored, and we have the our 250th anniversary, it's almost gonna be a done deal if Lionel doesn't catch on to this and say, yeah, we got to bring the T1 back, do the restoration version of the Freedom Train, do Reading and Northern's newer paint job that's on their restoration of the T1. The January catalog should have a T1 in it, if not sooner. So I agree with her and Will. I think we're going to see a T1 brought back out because in 2020, that catalog needs to be redone anyway because nobody bought anything out of it because we were all scared back then. So I agree with her. So good comment, Lady Lionel.
Yeah, definitely needs to be just because not just the significance there, but I feel like a lot of what we're missing isn't just, they didn't do it. It's they had to do something quick to figure out if there was going to be some sort of catalog July release. Again, this is all new, trying to figure this out. Yeah. I think
I will say this: if they bring the Reading T1 back, they need to do 2 things. One, put a Reading 6-chime whistle on there, and 2, and I think you Pensy boys are probably knowing where I'm going with this. You need to if it does not have a dang hooter on there, a Reading hooter on there, then it's not worth it in my opinion, because you can't have a Reading T1 without a hooter whistle. Because I guess my face is getting
He was saying that to me.
It's all right. I like these the
I said bow down.
And I actually the coaches that they have below the General.
Oh, we lost Mike. What are you guys talking about? I'm going to literally have to mute you guys soon.
All right, moving on.
No, wait. Mike was going to say something, and he had to run away really quick. But we'll come back to this.
Again, I do want to see what these what the Generals look
like.
Wait,
but Del, you like the? Oh, there he is. There he is. Go ahead, Mike.
So this type of car that they're printing in there.
Oh, okay. All right.
But they actually still hold up pretty well, and they've got decent underbody detailing. They got like the little bits that come down underneath here. So those will look pretty cool. Mine's got the whistle. I actually got this from Gersbowski's.
I'm gonna get
it.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, that's what you're looking.
Del, you like the caboose in this one? Are you gonna get that?
I like the one on the bottom right, the one that has the same paint job. Because TCA National has the S2 turbine in that same paint scheme, and my budget is being spent on other things right now, and I want this caboose. I want that S2 turbine on their website because they'd be a perfect match.
That would be cool.
Oh
Yep.
my God, that would be a gorgeous set. You know, but there's just not enough money to go around.
Yeah. All right, we're into the notable Americans boxcar. I never realized that's what they were actually called. And then the
I don't really
Battlefield.
have a opinion on this.
In this way.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Lion
Keep
Chief
going.
locomotives. Dash
Keep
8.
going, Art.
All right, here we go.
Some of those are pretty neat. The steam ones I've seen the real pictures of, but
All right.
we all thought it was
All
like side, but it's a stormtrooper with the underglow.
Yes.
Can I give everyone credit because I've seen a lot of people say that the Phantom is the coolest thing in this catalog, and
I
that
like
makes me
the
happy.
colors.
Yep. Both of us are getting one, so
I'm getting
one.
the dark.
I think I'm going to get the.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get the Batman one as well.
All right, so
And
at
I'm getting
least
the Bantha Burgers car.
the other three rails for dads know I'm always talking about the Batman Phantom set, but
We've
it's
found
at
it for you
shows
multiple
for
times.
like
and it's too expensive.
$900.
now like 700 to 500, which is ridiculous. So now I can get one that I like more for 230, I believe.
Yes. Will
And-
asked the question. Will asked the question that I was like, "What the f?
Where's the
Why didn't they make cars?"
So okay, can I defend this a little bit? I
because
agree.
the
they
engine
should
on
have
the
made-
first catalog sucks, so they made this engine to pull the cars from the first catalog.
They should have made cars for it, yes, but they've made a lot of Star Wars cars that I like. So now you can kind of build your own, which I like.
Yeah. The RS3 was in the last catalog.
I haven't
This
liked any of the Star Wars sets or engines they've done. So
Yeah.
I am gonna get this Phantom, and I'll just get the cars I want to go, to go with it. So
I'm gonna run flat cars behind this engine. I have this on pre-order, and back in the
Who'd you pre-order
'90s,
from?
Kenner reissued all the Star Wars toys,
but
in full size and small ones, so I can run all my TIE fighters, X-wing, all my stuff behind this engine. So I'm looking forward to this one.
so
Dale, who'd you pre-order from?
Chris Plasky's.
So I do agree with Art. I wish these were 2.0, and it
That's
sucks
my
they don't
only
smoke.
thing. I wish they just.
But they
did.
are Bluetooth now.
Yes.
I
years
know, but
ago,
you
they
get the
weren't
little.
Bluetooth.
You get that speed control in 2.0 that you don't get in Lion Chief.
You can lash up.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's a bummer about these.
Yeah, but this engine is so realistic that I'm worried about speed control in this friggin' engine. This is total fantasy, guys. If you want to have fun, because we can have fun on our layouts. We can run realistic things and do switching operations. This is just a quirky, fun item. I didn't pre-order or get anything from the first catalog of Star Wars, but this one is the deal right here.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of the deal, I may have to get the cell phone tower that's disguised as a tree.
I don't know. Art 130. My goodness.
That's the
Did you
price
see
in the
the
catalog.
post on the
Rostowski's will
3D
give you a better
printing
deal than
making
that.
these?
So I've been telling people.
Holy crap!
God.
Hey, hey, Stu.
Did I say that on land?
I can't believe you guys didn't hear me come in. They didn't hear me come in. I have so many questions. Why are you guys in my room? And how come neither of you two are wearing pants?
We just got married.
I don't know. I need a drink.
I may have one for
We
you.
have.
Here, you take my seat.
This
You
is
can talk to the guy.
insane.
Because we're at the end of this catalog.
You
All right,
bring your own
choose like a
chair?
cell
I
phone
had to
tower.
steal that from the lobby.
They're moving furniture into my room.
I have to return that chair.
I have no. Last time ever, I give one guy a key to my room. Next thing, they're moving furniture in. Do you know they have my credit card on file for any damages?
I said we're using your internet, and you're gonna have an
They were trying to
$800
rip the
internet
shade.
bill
They were trying to rip
tomorrow.
the shade off the lamp and everything earlier. All right.
Hello,
so,
Larkin,
Stu, what
how
are
are
your
you?
thoughts on the cell phone tower that looks like a Christmas tree?
What a
You
great.
know I had beer in the fridge.
Wait, I also said we were opening all of Stu's boxes live on camera.
Do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I have like 4 of this and 3 of that, so don't get impressed with
All
the
right.
quantity of boxes. It's
We're
only
gonna
2
we're
or
gonna
3
keep moving.
SKUs.
Wait a minute. I see something that looks familiar in here.
Can I have a drink for you here, Stu?
Oh, hello.
I think that's just an example. I don't think it's something they're running.
No. If you look at your Mecca store, you will see this in the store.
Oh, that's right, Mr.
This is
Metka.
a Mecca custom run.
So we're quite lucky. I mean, we have a great relationship, TCA and Metka. We have a great relationship with Lionel. And when they want to promote their custom run program, it's not uncommon for them to grab one of our custom runs and do it. Funny thing about this engine is I just got a video from the factory this week. And while in that image there, you can kind of see that the windshields and the side windows, they have a little bit reddish tint to it. The video I got from the factory, when this cab light is on, these things glow like a vivid red, like the cab is filled with blood. So it's a pretty cool effect. Anybody who has one of these on orders will probably love it when they come in.
Oh,
That's and any special sounds in this?
All the typical spooky Halloween sounds, werewolf howling, or maybe it's
like,
Dell howling.
offensive.
I don't know. Like, yes, Halloween sounds.
Damn. I might have to get one of these.
recorded straight from the room that you're staying in.
Oh, is this for me?
That's for you.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Cheers.
All right, so
Cheers.
we have reached the end of the July release.
Oh, and I have cheated on Ray. Sorry, Ray.
That's okay.
That was it. Look, I think there's some definite interesting stuff in there, a little bit of something for everybody. And they kept it light, and I like what they did. So, all right, Jimmy's Trains loves the Halloween stuff. Yeah, it's interesting how Lionel has really switched from just Christmas stuff to including a big bit of Halloween stuff, and people are really jumping in on it.
Yeah. You can run some more fun stuff on the elevated line.
Wait, Lark, do you have any Halloween stuff? Are you ever thinking of getting it?
No, I mean, I would like to get an original Phantom, like that they made in like the mid to late.
Not
90s.
the Batman one, just the original.
Yeah.
Well, just get the catalog and paint it. There you go.
Were they conventional or were they always line chief?
No, they were TMCC.
They were TMCC.
Oh,
They
really?
were Homar motored TMCC.
Okay.
Do
Okay.
Just rabbit.
What was that, Mike?
I said I miss you.
Oh, ditto. Hearts, man.
See you all
Long
the
distance love.
Oh, thanks. I'm coming though. I'm coming in fall. I already booked the hotel.
Outstanding. Looking forward to it.
People though, you weirdos.
Well, it is what it is. Hey, Ray, will you
What
stray?
happened to Ray?
Oh,
What happened, Ray?
Wait, which one is mine, Del?
No, I think
yours
this
is on the
mine.
left.
You got too many drinks going on here. Here,
Oh,
take
Jesus.
your
He told me to take.
All
this
right, so
later.
should we jump into third rail? Or
Yes, that's
All right.
Stu's favorite topic. All the custom runs he does through third rail, he's gonna just spout them all off all at once.
Yeah, right.
the
You ready for it?
$6,000 this?
All right, let's do this.
$46,000 that. All right, here we go. Third rails,
Took some great photos.
50th anniversary. I knew I didn't remember the number. We're gonna skip all the T's and C's up here.
But it's
Sorry,
that Optimus did the cover.
did he really?
I'll
That-
kick Del
that's
out when
funny.
the Metro North engine shows.
Holy
yeah.
crap, that's his layout.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Well, when they do the SBs.
Yeah, Optimus,
Yeah,
that's his
damn.
engine there.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
that's Optimus's. He has the front cover and the back of the catalog, both of them.
All right, so we'll see that. I will
Or
remind
pictures.
me when we get to the end to make sure I get the back.
Okay.
All right. So my question here is the SD70s. What's the difference between this and Lionel's? I mean, there's a little bit more detail, but is it really that much more?
I know that the Aces on with the Sunset brand, I know there's going to be a lot more brass. I know there's a lot more detail on them, but And they only have TMCC, whereas the Lionel ones have Legacy.
So that's I'm gonna get that out of the way. Like Mike and I have been texting a lot about this. Like that's the one hidden cost in this is that if you want to buy these locomotives, they're expensive, and then you want to go from TMCC to Legacy or PS3, there's a hidden cost in there, right? Of having to do that upgrade.
I think these engines are kind of like a DeLorean. They look amazing, but they've got a crappy engine in them, and you like don't get a
Coming from the car guy, there's the car guy coming through.
So, in fairness, too, I think the reason why they probably went with TMCC is because it's probably the safest pick compared to Legacy or PS3. And the reason why
they don't have the license for that. If they got the license for that,
no,
the price would go through the roof, right?
Hear me out. You're a lot more likely to find someone with TMCC, or at least someone that's capable of running TMCC, than you would for a Legacy or even a PS. When you think about it, because TMCC is basically your basic remote control capability. If you think about it,
used pretty easily with MTH, so that's what I've been led to believe.
Yeah, and of course, if you already have Legacy on your layout, they can run there perfectly fine. But I know there's some people out there that say that they want to do Blue Nami on that one, and I think that would be amazing, and I think it would showcase. But then again, let me play devil's advocate here. What about those people that aren't familiar with Blue Nami? What if they don't want to use a tablet or an iPhone or an Android? They're not going to be able to operate them. That's my only concern, or at least that's my only problem I have.
And it was interesting because Maddie C and I were texting one night, and I was like, all right, so I sit here and I have a tablet to run my PS3 engines. I have a remote or a tablet or phone or whatever to run my Legacy engines. And now I would need, if I'm running on everything at one time on my layout, I would need another device sitting on my table to run the Blue Nami.
Yep.
Okay, but wait, hold on, Art. I want to cut in here. The difference is I have a Blue Nami engine. I don't have to pay $25 to MTH to unlock features.
30.
It's 30 now. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, I wish Third Rail would lock in Blue Nami as their sole technology provider on their operating system. That way they can differentiate themselves from the other competition and say, look, because TMCC is a little outdated, but Blue Nami gives you so many more options like the MTH software does.
Once again, let me play devil's advocate here. So it can only really be run off of a device. What if someone doesn't have a device, or what if the feature?
Who doesn't have a phone? But that's the thing,
Or an old one. Like I use my wife's old iPhone down here, and I followed Sean's Train Depot when he had his YouTube channel. Like I went on Amazon and I bought an old iPad Mini for $100, and that's what I run everything off of. It's over here on the wall.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Wait, hold on. There's one more thing I wanted to say. They are saying if you want a specific paint job done, they will do it as long as you get 10 people.
Well, can I say something very positive? No.
Yeah, sit down.
No.
Wait, what is this?
Those are my questions for Lark. Those are cheat sheets.
Well, he just spilled his drink on him.
Okay.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
This is so much more organized when I have it in my basement than when you guys get in a hotel room.
So
All right. I'll say one positive here with Third Rail to with 30 plus paint schemes. I wish Lionel would do that, because like Lark said, it's like we're waiting for the paint scheme we want on his heritage unit. And Third Rail is basically just saying, all right, well, whatever it is, we'll do it.
Now, I will say there is one thing on this catalog that's got my attention, and that's the B23-7, because Jay Townsend actually said they are willing to do the BQ 23-7s, the ones that the Seaboard system and later CSX use. So those are the ones like with the square box cab that was they only did a few of them for. And I think that I would love to have one of those, which, and side note, they're still a better looking engine than those Amtrak Charger things. Those things are ugly in my opinion.
The Chargers are ugly, but I do want the Metro North one. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, and if there are people in the chat who want the SD70 Ace and the new Heritage Unit D&H paint job, and you have 9 people and you need the 10th person to get the custom run paint job done, reach out to me. But if you're gonna do it,
That's a good idea.
But if there's
That's
three
a good
guys,
idea.
but if there's 3 guys that want it and you're looking for more, don't reach out.
Aiden wants 475. What a shocker! Who would have thought?
All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
We're down. We're going forward. Here's the aces we talked about. All right, Mike, do you need to step aside? Are you good?
Sorry, I had muted it because they had come back in. No, oh, these are awesome, Colin. Check it out. It's like a daylight, but it's not.
Is that the one you were looking for, Mike, or no?
Yeah. So these two streamlined.
I like those.
I don't.
Houston and Fort Worth. They ran through Texas a ton, and they're essentially mini daylights, and they're just no one's made them in O-scale before. They look really cool, but these aren't the so. They've asked me too, like, hey, is this that weird like GS that you're looking for? No, these are Pacifics. These aren't Northerns at all, but that they call it a Skyline. That bit that's kind of on the top of 2487. It looks like a mini like GS because it's got that neat kind of Skyline section on it. They're really stunning looking, especially the Sunbeam. I love the old school streamline on it. Just looks amazing.
And you see the way they have like the cone on the front here, and then they have the different front here.
Yeah, I know that with brass you want like all these little intricate details and everything, and so the black ones are almost more appealing that way because with streamlining you lose some of that. I feel like Lionel ran into a bit of that when they were doing the which Hudson, the Vanderbilt. It's streamlined, so you can't get like all these little hoses and everything hanging off the side of it. But man, does that Sunbeam, that top one in the daylight colors, look amazing.
Sorry, answering a comment. All right, gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
We have the 4 aces and Northern Pacific A1.
These are nice.
Those are like probably the best looking Northern on the market for O-scale.
Oh yeah. Now this one, I feel like of all the steamers that Sunset is making in this catalog, I feel like this is the one that makes the most sense. I mean, it's still, in my opinion, way too out of my price range, but given the size and the detail on it, this one actually makes a little bit sense. It's like $100 more than the Norfolk and Western 480.
What is the price on this?
I think it's like $2,600 for this one. I think the Class M's are either $2,400 or $2,500. Someone in the comments, if we get this wrong, call us out for it.
Well, yeah, I don't. I unfortunately have the comments up on the screen are blocking the QR code.
Let me say something negative here. Half of these links are broken.
Yeah.
But Mike, tell the story.
To their credit, I pointed that out, and not 10 minutes after I had aired the video, Jay from Third Rail reached out to me on Instagram. He's like, "Hey, I heard about the QR codes. It was a new thing for us. We screwed some of them up. I'm sorry. I don't. But here's the link. He just told me, here's the link for what you were looking for. Anything else I can help you out with?" He was super friendly, super nice. I was really impressed with how quick, like we love seeing all like the everyone talking about this, and we want to help folks. If that's what's keeping you from getting it or finding out more, here's the link. Here, we'll make it easy.
Yeah.
So
2,700, by the way. I just did it on the screen here. 2,700.
Let me address something here that I want to give Jay and the Sunset team a huge applause for. They are absolutely listening to their audience. Like, they're being low to the ground and they're talking to people. Like, they're getting out there and really just hearing people out, like, of what they're wanting and what they would like to see. And like, they were like, "Hey, if you have any feedback, please talk to us about it," because that's going to help them out long-term wise. Even if I don't ever buy some of them, I can fully respect the fact that they're that low to the ground. And by that, I mean, like, like talking to people as opposed to kind of viewing us as just another customer. Like they view us as someone like, oh, this is someone that has good intentions. They want to see the company grow, because we need another alternative to Lionel. I mean, because MTH has downsized. Menards is basically a starter set. And so I feel like as if that this is Sunset is kind of filling the void in a way that like a Weaver or a Right of Way Industries was filling back in the late 80s, early 90s. Like it's this era's variation of it, which is definitely not a bad thing by any means.
But again, like I don't know that they're trying to compete with Lionel.
No,
I think their market,
I think
their market is aimed at something very different. This is not like this is not me. Like I'll just say that right now. Like this is the price point and the style and everything is just not me.
I think Sunset even they will probably agree. Like they're not trying to directly compete with Lionel the way that someone like an MTH would. I think they're trying to reach a market that feels like as if that Lionel or an MTH is not really paying attention to.
Yeah.
Models, their customers like Stu is.
Yeah.
He treats he invites his customers into his hotel room.
Yeah.
They're not even, by the way, they're not even paying attention. They're having their own conversation over there.
Yeah, I'm throwing.
There's no conversations here.
Well, hey, wait! Don't worry about conversations. Isn't it every guy's fantasy to have a three-way in a hotel room? It's not my fantasy. Yeah, I just happen to drive north on the interstate, and this is my reality, not my fantasy. But let's get back to the catalog here, guys. Okay.
Seriously, I actually think this is a great segue, potentially, or at least we should talk about this, because Dell has been talking about how like maybe Lionel needs to find a way to connect and reignite like connection with fans and the people that drive this hobby. And I feel like Sunset's doing that, and Stu is doing that with what he has, but the Lion that's giving him the stuff to work with isn't.
Yeah. I feel like as if that's one of the biggest problems I think that's going to come back to bite Lionel is the fact that they're not. I think like as if like they're trying, but I feel like as if like they're getting outclassed by other dealers and other manufacturers in terms of reaching out to their community a little bit, because Lionel needs to focus on not just the starters, but also at least the ones that are going to pay for like the higher end stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. All right, Ray. Ray, have at it.
Well, this is my dilemma. Like, there is an engine here that I want very badly, but it's $800 for a diesel that's TMCC. So do I hope that Lionel makes me happy, or do I just
wait? Were
pre-order
you able to chase down anybody?
No, I tried. Ryan, I tried to stalk today, and it didn't happen.
Wait. Is this the engine that you and your father stood in front of and got the picture taken together?
Yes.
End of discussion, Ray. Don't ask for an F3 that they didn't have or it's a different model. If you and your dad were standing in front of this engine and you had a picture together, believe me, my dad's gone. You're going to want that engine.
No doubt.
I agree.
So this is a definite pre-order for Ray. And Ray's starting to GoFundMe right now.
That's right.
So
Cat says buy it.
I will announce on this channel I did pre-order the Metro North FL9.
There you go. Hey, real friends help friends buy trains.
So there it is. So I spent
You heard it here, folks.
$800
we bring breaking news, just like Fox News.
Money well spent.
The memories will be
Yes.
worth it.
Yes.
Okay.
Believe me, in 20 years, you're going to be loving that engine.
Yep,
And
when
we'll
your
never
dad's gone.
part.
I agree.
And when you part, you'll never part with
And it's not just like I grew up riding that train, taking that engine, and I have the cars to that engine.
Yeah. That's the big piece.
Do they catch on fire?
They no longer catch on fire. My Atlas cars are fixed.
Well, the fire would be put out by the flood, so he'd be all set.
The lights are on at all the times.
All right. Anyway,
It's not
moving on.
prototypical.
Moving on. Where should I go, guys? Because we're pushing an hour and a half. Should we keep moving on these?
Yes.
Yeah, we got to
Anything
get through the
particular
catalog. And we have
anything
stuff at the end,
particular?
don't we?
Hey, You know, I would like to see. I'd like to see an Strasbourg 475 with the broken plate, or at least the scars on the front. That'd be kind of funny. But then probably Strasbourg would probably like, no, you're never doing these again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
From the nosedive it took. What was that last year, right?
I think it's a memory that Strasbourg
happened?
would like to forget. It's the one where 475 got plowed in, ran into an excavator. Was it an excavator or was it kind of a dozer? It ran into some construction equipment and just popped off. It was about a year before you joined social media, Mike.
A little head-on collision. I remember that.
We all remember.
Yeah, right through the head of the boiler. Yeah, we were.
And then
Yeah,
like
right
2 weeks
yeah.
later, like then they got that thing.
All right, so
fast.
the U-boats, with U-boats, if you want a U-boat, you should just pick up the Mecca Custom Run. Salute to the troops one.
It's true. Attaboy, Art. I'll drink to that.
Technically, these
It
are
has
not
an
U-boats.
awesome air raid siren and the machine gun sounds. It's got them both. It's awesome. Anyway,
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
so both didn't MTH just do the U-boats too? I feel
So
like
technically, these are not
this is
U-boats.
kinda-
These are the Dash 7 series. These were like the sequel.
I've
to
never even heard of these engines.
September.
yeah. Oh, we lost Mike for a second there. It looks like.
You saved me while I'll get it.
But I had to plug in.
No, it's okay. All right, we're moving on. The GP30. You got a bunch of different stuff on this page, so I'll let it sink in for all you diesel fans.
The Southern boys are going to appreciate that.
Again, I think these, if I'm not mistaken, like everything says all sorts of road names, and some of them say too many to list, right?
Yeah.
Here you
And
go. Too many to list.
Such a different catalog than what, like, if you're new to third rail and you look at this catalog, and first of all, it's like, whose dad from 1997 with Windows made this?
What did I say? I built this on my Commodore 64.
Yeah. So it's a different catalog.
Load, comma 8, comma 1 quote.
But yeah,
You guys just lost your younger audience.
we're dads. We lost them long ago.
All right, we're moving on.
Well, I do love that they're saying like too many to list.
That's encouraging, but then it's like, okay, so what about yes? What and if could you? Yeah, would you?
But there's nothing here. Like maybe some of the steam engines, yes, but like the diesel engines, to me, I'm like, it's nothing I gotta have.
Yeah,
That I'm willing to wait
Not
that
you,
long,
but
get a
there are people
TMCC
doing
engine.
Cartwheels.
Yeah.
Oh, especially over these Erie belts. I have PA1s, which I love, but the railroads I collect don't have an Erie belt. But people who have been waiting for years to get an Erie belt, they're doing cartwheels right now.
Yeah.
So it's that's why every catalog, there should only be 2 things in the catalog that you like, and the rest of the catalog are
What's the price
filled
point?
with 2
Oh,
things
these
that
are
other
actually
people like.
these actually have an ETA. That's interesting. I noticed the others did not, but this one says winter 2026.
I know somewhere Fairbanks Morris, Holic Dave is probably going nuts for these.
Are these already?
I know
Are these already in their catalog? Are these not new? Is that why they have an ETA?
I don't know if
Probably.
John Hilt's going doing
I
cartwheels.
don't know.
yeah.
Because I know this. I know they do. I knew they did put some stuff in this catalog that was already.
Gold standard.
Yeah, like spring 2026. These were probably already on their way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
wanna
these
see
are not necessarily new then.
Neat.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna keep moving. Keep moving. Anything you guys need me to stop on? Yell out. These are all
Second hand
things
would
that are
like
not-
some UP diesel.
These are not net new, right? Well, this one is. Here you go. But now we've moved on, right? This is still 3-rail.
Some sort of box.
Well,
It's three, right?
These
I'm
are
guessing it's 3. 3.
Yep.
You pay for one. Get
3.
all
They're
hooked up.
3 units.
Yeah,
I-
they can lash up.
an old set right there.
I'm gonna just mute the room there. It's like freaking the guys in the balcony.
I mean,
It's like the guys
look
in the balcony on
forward.
the Muppets over there. You know what's wrong with the stage?
I
Seats all
look
facing-
forward to the video for someone buying that.
All right. You don't want to. You want to mute the peanut gallery?
Actually, we should explain that so that way we can get some custom run stuff from Mr. Metka there.
That's
All
not
right.
gonna happen tonight. He's tapped out on custom runs. He's got a ton of them already.
All right, so we
I think that's HO stuff.
this is the HO stuff, so we'll stop here.
Yeah.
All right. So is it time to make
Say
the
goodnight.
Gray's jaw drop?
Go for it, Mr. Mecca.
I think it's time to make Ray's jaw drop. You ready for this one,
Oh,
Ray?
please. I'll take a new cocktail.
Okay.
Come here, sweetheart.
Oh god.
All right, we have some extra stuff to share with everybody. Some little hidden gems. Just give me a minute to get it loaded up here, and we will share. And I have a feeling that this one right here will be special for. Ready?
Go.
Let's do it. Ooh.
Wait, what is it? Aiden has?
Hold on. Just wait.
Oh.
Watch the screen.
Okay.
What?
Wait, what's that?
He's processing.
Wait.
Reading and
Oh, let's
Northern.
see.
What?
He's literally
That's
speechless.
nice.
SD38.
That's-
Reading and Northern.
That's an old.
Is this an SD38, Stu?
Yeah, so Reading and Northern, when they had their SD38, their 20th anniversary edition, it's already been done. Lionel did it. But what a lot of people don't know is the Reading and Northern had their 20th anniversary SD38 in two different paint schemes.
Wait.
Lionel
you
did it.
know that?
Lionel did it with black trucks. Lionel did it in 2015. But that's the second version of the paint scheme. The first version of the Reading and Northern 20th anniversary has never been done before. But through TCA, not Metka, TCA, so give them a couple of weeks. This will be on the
Wait.
TCA website.
Was this like a shot to me and he knew about it?
I don't know anything.
No,
I contacted Art.
Wait, Art did not share these pictures with any of us. Kudos to you, Art, because you know Ray and I are big Reading and Northern fans.
I do, and that was the whole
So-
point. Is I wanted this
Art,
to be.
you're dead to us. You're
Wait a minute. What the
It's finally
I
kicking
wanted
in
this
on
sort of
you.
reaction when Stu and I were texting about this. I said, please do not show this to the guys. I want this to be
I'm
all
in
net new.
shock.
On
So there's about eight or so.
Ray, you can still cancel
differences.
that third rail pre-order and buy this instead.
no.
Ray, don't cancel your third
No,
rail
definitely
pre-order.
not.
Work some overtime. You can get
Still,
your Reading and Northern Day One edition. Day one
Okay,
paint scheme.
I will
So-
pre-order this. I
Actually-
did already pre-order Stu's Trinity hoppers, but I guess I'll have to get this too. Are you gonna?
So
Hey,
interesting
Stu?
little-
Why wouldn't I get this?
Okay.
As
Hey,
a Reading
Stu.
and Northern fan, why wouldn't I get this?
So interesting little tidbit. I was just down in the trading hall at the LCCA convention. I'm chatting with Joe Grabowski, and Joe just comes up to me out of the blue. Says, Stu, are you doing a Reading and Northern SD38? I'm like, yeah. Like, well, why do you ask? Because Joe went to Lionel to do the
Oh,
Reading and Northern 20th anniversary, and Lionel said, well, a club is already doing it.
Oh no!
And it took Joe about 2 seconds to figure out which club that was.
Okay, Joe didn't even tell me that.
Don't worry about this.
Oh my god!
You're not necessarily Joe's favorite anymore.
I guess not.
Hey, Stu. So since we have a couple of people that are maybe not be as familiar with custom runs as like us in here, would you mind explaining in terms of like what goes into like coming up with a custom run, just so that way, hey, like the general public that's watching into this would
His
understand like this is
brain.
how it works.
So the short version is you have to have guts to sign the blank check. That's the short version. You have to be willing to commit to a project, sometimes like what you're looking at here with no pre-sales. But okay, that's the business side of it. Really, the custom runs, whether you work with Atlas or MTH or Lionel, you come up with an idea of something you want. You go to the manufacturer, say, would you be willing to make this? And sometimes the answer is no, because they already have it programmed for their next production run in a couple of years or the production run after that. Your manufacturers work years and years and years in advance. So you really just come up with your idea. You go to the manufacturer and ask them if they're willing to make it in that current production run. But you also have to keep in mind, when you go to the manufacturer with that, the manufacturers are not very responsive to people just fishing, saying, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. They really only want to engage with you if that conversation leads to sales. So you basically have to have already made up your mind that you want to do the project before you even approach the manufacturers.
So you got to have all your homework, all your road.
Do all your homework before, do your market research before, understand what you think the market wants. And as I said, I'm not trying to downplay it, but be ready to sign that check with a lot of zeros on it, because the manufacturers don't care if you sell 1 unit or sell 101 units. What they want to know is that you're going to pay the invoice when it comes in, regardless of how many you've sold. That's the business side of it.
So when Art and Lionel a 3 rails 4 dads and they say we already have this planned, it means that we're doing really well.
Exactly what it means. You're on their radar like you wouldn't believe. That's what it means.
All right. Okay. So we're not done. There's more. But wait, there's more.
There's more. There's more. Art, you're really dead to me. You've been holding more back.
Oh, that's nice.
I can't see it on that.
Wait till it comes up on the big screen.
Okay.
It's already up on the big
Zoom
screen.
in a little bit, Art.
Okay.
Wait, what is this?
So Pennsylvania Northeastern, I believe it's in the New Hope and Ivyland family of companies. Now, do they have an SD38? No. But this paint scheme that you see, they have on an SD40M, I think it is. It's a wide cab SD40. Okay, sorry, nobody makes in O-Gauge a wide cab SD40. And not willing to do 6 figures to pay for the tooling for the wide cab. So I'm like, well, what's kind of like oh wow, Art, that's the first version of the artwork. Okay, wow. No, I'm not willing to do the 6 figures to retool the cab to come up with a wide cab SD40. So I did the next best thing, find an SD38. If you Google Pennsylvania Northeastern 5342, you got to Google 5342. 5343 is a road number I made up. But you'll see that this is the exact paint scheme that Pennsylvania Northeastern has.
That looks sharp.
Yeah, it is.
That's really
kind of has a little bit of
graphic.
a vibe of Rio Grande with that orange and black stripe.
Yeah.
Speed lettering, yep.
The front. Look at the front. Look at the front end on that
I love
engine.
this.
That's just saying, get out of my way, danger. You know. So yeah, this is a sharp looking engine here. This is all new to us guys.
I'm floored.
You know.
We're not
a
done.
friend.
We're not done.
Yeah, Art, screw you.
So here's the one thing to all you viewers out there. This just shows that it's not necessarily about the 4 dads. It's about you as the viewers. So Art had this content, and he wants you, the viewers of the 3 Rails 4 Dads podcast, and who hopefully you've hit the like button down below. He wants you to see it in real time as the other dads do.
Thanks for holding out on us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
we won't
that.
forgive Art until you hit that like button. This is going to be a little awkward for the next week or two. And we thought we were his friend. Yeah, I know who my real friend is. He opened up his hotel room to me.
Oh my god!
Oh.
But Art.
Why am I not surprised, too? Why
Wait, is there
am I
another
not
one?
surprised?
Oh my god.
Oh my god! How many are there?
All right, calm yourselves. This is the last of the SD.
Okay.
Wait, no, the last of the SD38s.
Okay.
Oh,
There's more.
So we did the Aberdeen, Carolina and Western GP9. It was one of the first purple and yellow Aberdeen items we did. People didn't necessarily know that there was going to be a whole series of freight cars in the same color scheme that came later. So people have been reaching out. Do you have any more GP9s? Do you have any more GP9s? So the answer is no, no, no. And, it'll be years and years until there's another GP9 run that we could do a second run. Anyhow, we said, listen, the Metka Aberdeen train is so long, a 4-axle GP9 is not powerful enough to pull that train. You got to have a 6-axle locomotive like an SD38. You buy that, Ray?
Or you double head it.
Here's
Or you
my
double head it.
wallet. Take my wallet, Stu. Take
There's a
my
lot of
wallet.
cash in
Hey,
here.
so Stu, the only
Ray,
thing
you
that
can't
happened-
take it.
only
Only
thing
Stu
I'm-
can take my wallet.
I cannot hear you guys on the live stream because these two little
The only thing that I'll
chitter
nitpick
chatters.
is just the selection of the number type. Once again, it's the unfiltered side of me that's like, why?
What?
So of the road number or the placement on the side of the cab?
The road number, the 6969. That's
I
the
won't
only
comment.
thing.
That's for the hotel room later tonight. Don't worry about 6969. You don't worry about that. That.
Please, come out the house.
Apparently you don't know.
It's arbitrary.
I hit
So,
the
okay,
mute
time
button.
out.
Don't
Okay,
worry.
in all seriousness, there's half seriousness, half joking. So the Aberdeen diesels are in the 6900 series, and so I had to pick a random second 2 digits to go in the 6900 series. So I'll refrain from commenting on the last 2 digits.
Okay.
You gotta
All
have
right,
fun
wait.
with trains sometimes,
I
guys.
know, right? Hey, at the end of the day, we have a third rail. Just that alone, we can't be taken seriously.
Gosh.
Hold on. Load
Hey,
the
this
next
is
one.
Wait,
this is what happens when you have a lot of dads together and just having a good time.
Now,
That's right.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Six
Oh, you can
dads.
count. Do you need a second hand for that, Ray?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, Mike.
All right.
We're looking at the wrong screen. We need to.
You got to look at the little screen.
Yeah,
The detail
Mike's
is so
delay
small.
was down there, and we're looking at the wrong screen.
So obviously, ever since we came out with the GP9, people have been begging for a caboose, and it's been on our radar. And I've been talking to Lionel for years. I didn't want to do the bay window caboose. Since we did the GP9, they've come out with the bay window caboose twice. And I was ready to strangle Ryan Kunkel because I'm like, Ryan, wide vision caboose, wide vision, extended vision. I don't care what you call it. I don't want a bay window caboose. So finally, C2 catalog, where their July release, they had the wide vision caboose on there. So let me give some props out to Sarah in their graphic artist department, their creative department. She nailed it here on the caboose. Again, this is the first version of the artwork. There's been it's 98% correct. Thank you, Joe. Sorry, I am looking at the replay here. I'm a little below on comments, Joe. But yeah, I know you've been waiting for the.
Wait, who's
the
Joe?
caboose.
We don't know Joe.
Wait,
Joe
Joe
is-
Gersbos?
No, different Joes. See, Joe.
There are more
Joe's,
than
a
there's more than
customer
one
of ours
person
from
named Joe,
Ohio.
right?
I met him out in Ohio.
Joe,
So
That's all.
we've made a few little tweaks to this.
Excuse me.
Subtle things. Joe
Does that-
Grabowski
does
is
that the
not the only
blinking-
Joe in the world.
Does this have the blinking red light here, Stu?
I think I don't think it blinks. I think it's illuminated. I actually got to ask Ryan something about this caboose because Art, if you scroll down and look at the underside view of the caboose, there's a button down there for reset. Does anybody know why a caboose has a reset button on it? So if you zoom in there, yeah, so there's a light on off switch. I get that.
Which my comic cars have from Atlas.
But they
Is
need it.
the fire on off switch for the comic
What's
cars?
the reset?
I don't know what the reset button's for, so I got to ask Ryan tomorrow.
Oh,
Again,
I thought you were gonna light.
I thought that was
I was waiting
big
for
reveal.
I was waiting for this big, huge thing. Oh, I don't know what it is either.
I'm gonna go home now. Oh wait,
Yeah,
this is my home. You guys can leave.
I'm guessing it's
So
probably
anyhow,
a hole that's in there that's labeled like that for some other caboose that has something built into it that.
So, and here's the other perfect fit about why, again, the world is complicated. Custom runs are complicated. You do 40, 50, 60. I forget what we did on the GP9s. Everybody wants a caboose. But wait a second, you got to do 100 cabooses. That's the minimum quantity on this. And if you only sell 40 or 50 or 60 engines, the math doesn't work out if you have to do 100 cabooses. So it works out great now because we're offering the second locomotive. So people that missed out on the first one will get the second one. So between the two locomotives, we'll have 100 or 110 locomotives out there in the marketplace. It makes it logical for us to be able to offer 100 pieces of a caboose.
Cool.
All right, I think I figured it out, Stu.
What is it?
No, I'm wrong. Because if you look here, you see this right here on the image, and this big container. That's what's in the smoking caboose right here, behind the guy sitting there.
Like a circuit
Wait.
breaker? It might be.
So I thought it was something to like reset the smoke in there, but this smoke just has an on-off. It doesn't have a reset
Wait,
button.
no, now is this
That's an
when
ejection
we
seat.
talk
isn't it?
about why Stu is talking about Ben's trains over us, or okay?
Anyway,
Why'd you bring that up, right?
all right.
Apparently,
Wait,
it's the search
and
subject.
there's more. One more thing.
We're going to come back to the Ben's Trains comment. He's made it 2 or 3 times.
Did he? I wasn't focused.
I'm gonna go with this version of it. Let's get this up. Bring it down
Hi,
here.
Colin.
Hi, Colin.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
All right,
Colin.
ready? We'll share the last one. This is our last one.
You want to see special? Cool.
Where we at? It's
Oh,
almost a 2-hour show.
Oh my God.
Oh,
This is the last one.
Lark wins.
So when Stu texted me
So-
this, I was like, "Where can I just send you my credit card number now?"
oh, did you?
So the presidential Air Force One, the 4547 ES44 that we did.
Stu, did you
Mark-
see their shipping September
All right.
the
Hopefully
30th of this
ships
month?
for the Epstein list is dropped.
All right, you were asking a question and Ray's talking to my ear. All right, what's your question?
They're shipping on the 30th of this month, the ES44. So you tell me when they're going to be at the garage, and I will be there.
All right, you better bring a pallet jack because the ES44 version of this caboose was the best selling locomotive that we've ever offered in the 20 years of me doing this. It blew away our previous offering by about a factor of 2. So we've done over 100 of the ES44s, again, which makes it a natural fit to be able to offer a caboose because the minimum quantity of the caboose is 100 units. Again, this caboose will not only match the Metka ES44, if you have Lionel's prior offering of the 4545 SD70, matches that great. Handful of pieces of rolling stock, as we've seen again, and that little make trains great again
Yes.
is what
before
Metka does.
the list drops.
Before Epstein's,
Yeah.
Ray says before Epstein's list drops. Get
No
order.
effect on these train sales at all. I don't know what Ray's saying.
I don't care about
If you
politics.
have the engine, get this caboose.
If it's pretty, I make it.
Get the
Yeah.
caboose to match your engine.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's it. So are we going to talk about Ben's Trains on camera or off camera?
No, I just thought, look, I love Ben,
Yeah.
but I thought you were kind of the 3 rails for
No,
exclusive
no.
dropper. And then you're dropping Trinity hoppers on Ben's trains.
Whoa. This is off camera, guys. This is definitely off camera. Okay?
By the
I don't know
way,
where that came from. Definitely off camera.
Oh, look, you pissed off Mike. He left.
Ray,
Mike,
you
where'd
said
Mike
you
go?
said
Okay, if you want to
He ran out to buy that Trump.
yeah, I'm sure.
He was standing in line at the door before the store opened.
Let's lay all the cards on the table. Chris M, Chris's Trains and Things. The very first that I kind of connected with to do any of the YouTube exposure of the product. So what I'm trying to say is 3 rails, 4 dads is third fiddle here.
Oh my God. Well, I don't. Wait,
I understand.
I don't blame you considering Ben's Trains has what 25,000. Ben's Trains has 25,000 followers, so I don't blame you for that. But
He's got
I
about
do
100. He's
appreciate
got over
you dropping
100,000.
a few tidbits for us.
How about this? How about
More
this?
than tidbits.
Oh, wait, okay, Ray.
More than
Ray,
tidbits,
Ray.
Ray.
But here's the thing, guys. We are not bound by any brand or
Correct.
any
No,
club or
correct.
anything, right? Like, so yes, we do not.
So,
I
how
don't
about
hold
this,
it against
Ray?
you, Stu.
Thank you, Art. Ray wants something a little special for Three Rails, Four Dads. The custom runs we're doing don't just end with the July release. Whenever they come out with their next release, whether it's August, September, October, I don't know when the next release is coming out. You'll hear more about our next wave of custom runs then.
And
We just heard a bunch
There,
of them.
that's an exclusive for Three
Wait.
Rails, Four Dads.
Everyone, go on Metka's website and buy the Trinity hoppers because they're awesome.
And the
I
TCA
love-
site, by the way, TCA has a different version.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, TCA's version's already down. Quantities for the Trinity hoppers are already in. You can't
Oh.
order the TCA version anymore. And I predict within the next 2 weeks the Metka versions will be off the website too.
Which are what?
Chessie in a yellow and blue, Chessie in all blue. Union Pacific 1, 2 road
Yes,
numbers.
which is rainbow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the next one I'm not going to mention.
Okay.
Not in front of Ray. He's not going to mention it in front of Ray.
No,
No, dude, I haven't told anybody that there's another one yet.
But don't tell him.
No.
So
I
Wait. Art can keep secrets
Art,
from
go
us.
down to them. I ordered the One World UP Trinity hoppers. Where are they?
Keep going. They're at the bottom. There you go. Those are the Chessies.
There it is.
Yeah.
And the UP1.
And Stu, is this the only Trinity or UP1 scheme you're going to be doing, or no?
On a Trinity hopper, yes.
On anything else?
Oh, that is cagey right there. That was cagey.
No, it's not cagey. Listen, there's no commitments until you sign on the dotted line. It's no surprise that I have put in, or maybe it's a surprise, I've put in a request to Atlas to do a master line tank car with the UP1 graphics. And I don't know when that's coming. It might be 4 years from now. It might be 4 months from now.
Guys.
I have no idea.
I've said these will be like the new Berwicks, and I believe it. Now, people have said they won't be as popular, but I believe they will. So.
eBay may say differently.
No, I
Yeah.
disagree, Ray.
I know.
See, now Dell
these
says
empty,
No,
these,
they're not a Berwick.
I disagree.
they're not a Ber. I think the problem is everybody's learned their lesson from the Berwicks, so everybody ordered the hoppers.
Yep.
That's fair. I believe that a lot of people have pre-ordered them.
I still ordered
pre-ordered
2 of them.
but
I ordered 2. So these Jack Daniels ES44s, and I think the Caboose too, where it just came out. MTH just sent their email blast about these.
So they sent the email blast on the 21st for the black engine and black caboose, and on the 31st, the silver engine and silver caboose.
So I didn't realize it was silver. I thought it was white.
Yeah.
eh.
Again, that's artwork, and they send me a PDF, and I convert it to a JPEG, and silver does not reproduce very well in the artwork.
So is it like a shiny silver, or like a how do you describe it? Like kind of like a passenger car kind of silver?
Yes, a passenger car silver. It's not gray. It's a silver. It's MTH's standard silver.
Neat.
Oh, we should go to the TCA site to show that's locomotive.
Oh yeah.
So
you
will
were
you
talking.
do more than the Trinity Hopper and the UP1?
No,
Okay.
no. Trinity Hopper UP1. It's just what we have now.
Okay.
We're doing 2 road numbers. Trinity Hopper UP1. That's
Do
it.
you know if you've gotten more singles or double the 2 pre-orders?
Yes, I know.
Which is it?
Most people ordered the pair.
Okay.
I have
So,
way
Del,
more.
this is the locomotive you were saying that Caboose would go perfect with.
Dell.
And why do you
Matches
think,
that caboose.
wait,
I
why
know
do
it
you
does.
think more people have ordered the double?
I know it
I
does.
really don't know.
Okay.
I didn't pre-order a S2 turbine, but that's my front runner right now.
So
Yeah.
Ryan at Lionel and I have had some fun conversations about this. It was one that when I had the idea for this at Amherst. They have their unpainted S2 there. I've been dying to do a white locomotive, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to do a white locomotive. Don't ask me why. White locomotive, it's just different. Again, not traditionally done. And so when I was just spitballing with Ryan up at the Big E up in January, somehow we fell on that GG1 bicentennial scheme. And I said, well, we could put that on a tender and don't worry about the locomotive. Nobody cares. The tender's the money shot. And great, he was like, Stu, he was like, if you want to sign the contract and pay the bill, we'll do it for you. And then we saw the production sample of this about 2 weeks ago. And he was, he says, okay, that actually turned out better than we actually thought it would.
Yeah. So in the new catalog, get the
really
friggin' caboose that I wanted
Yep.
and pre-order this one before they sell out, because I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Because they are a perfect match. They're like bookends,
Well,
and you could run anything in between it. You want to run military trains,
so
or if you want to run a patriotic train, you got a red, white, and blue engine, red, white, and blue caboose, and you can run anything with them. So I like.
Yeah.
I love that engine.
Lark,
I really
did
do.
you go for any of the S2s, the turbines, or no, Lark?
Lark.
Yeah.
Lark.
Sorry, it just. No, I mean, in terms of like, is there anything on that radar? I mean, the S2s look nice, but it's just unfortunately just the budget says another story.
Yeah, no, agree. They were not. That's the way I felt about them too. I was like, very nice. And I think, what was the minimum radius on those? 72, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
You want-
Strasbourg Rail Fan 90 says it best. I
60 or
don't know because the Challenger and the Class A can handle it, but I don't know if the scale turbine can handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there's somebody saying that the GP30 KCS was all white. There, Stu.
Oh yeah,
So
I'm not saying there's not white locomotives. Plenty of white locomotives.
Yeah.
I just
You're just repeating now.
Yeah, I had never done. I don't think I had ever done something white before.
Cool.
Wanted to check that box.
Can I ask, do you, like Stu Rankin literally comes up with the ideas for this?
Not all, right?
70% of it, yeah.
Okay.
So TCA stuff, there's a small handful of us that kind of come up with the ideas. If it's Metka, it's mostly my buddy Andy and I that come up with ideas. And then it's all of you. There have been things that we have produced that I didn't think of, Andy didn't think of, the TCA community didn't think of, that members, viewers, participants in the community have brought to us. And so it happens.
I sent Stu a number of bad ideas over the last week or so.
All right, but your bad ideas are the best bad ideas.
I was like, make this, and I forgot. I took a screenshot. Stu, somebody had clearly made it because I found it on somebody's video. So, yeah, I guess that's not getting made, unfortunately. Anyway, all right. Somebody wants to know. Joe wants to know where the ACW ABAs are going to be. ABBAs.
Nope, been done before. They did those F7s, F9s, whatever they were. Nope, to me, that market.
That was a nice set. That was a really nice set. The Lionel did.
Not enough for another run.
Came out really good.
We do our little thing. We do our little thing. We stay in our lane. We do stuff that hasn't been done before.
Larkin? What do you have in custom runs? Do you have any custom runs?
I do not. Although I do have the Ben's Trains tinker car coming, the one that Train World just did.
Oh,
so.
Nice.
Well, of course, and I also got the customized boxcar from the TCA convention. Thanks to Mika himself.
Stu has been.
Wait, all right, wait. Hold on. So explain that, Lark, because I don't think anybody who wasn't at the TCA doesn't know.
So, that's a good. Yeah. So one of the aspects of this.
Oh, come on.
One of the aspects of the TCA convention that we ended up doing was we had a customized boxcars that Stu went out and got some customized stickers for. That included me, Peachy, Caleb, and Ives Guy on there. And we put them on various boxcars. And then each of them also had our signature on them. So, like, I had Lark, there was Ives Guy, Peachy, and Caleb. So it was really cool. So I would show you it, but it's actually out in the barn.
Yeah.
So,
All right. No, that's really cool, though.
yeah.
That was really cool.
So Aiden, I read your message about 11:30 last night, and I was reading Instagram messages and trying to do work for my day job, and had a couple of beers, and so the train responses to the train messages. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Responses to my train messages will be delayed while I'm here, but I will respond to you, Aiden. Don't worry.
We
Aiden-
love. Yeah, we love Aiden.
Aiden is literally the top. I love Aiden.
Yeah. Hey, we got to hang out with him last month.
Life with Roscoe. Just stay tuned.
Yeah, he
Life
was
with
in
Roscoe.
your train
Stay
room.
tuned. Stay tuned with us in the next month or two.
Yeah, Aiden was a
Aiden's a cool dude. We love
Aiden,
Aiden.
Aiden is
We love
a
Aiden.
really good guy.
I have this custom run box car.
And he has a rain
One of a
train
kind,
shirt
one of a
too.
kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I met Aiden in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
The rooftop for Aiden, it was the rooftop pool. For Stu, it was the rooftop bar.
Yeah.
So we're drinking. Aiden's not drinking. Stu's drinking in the pool. Margaritas. Aiden's there. His dad's there. We're in the pool. We're having a great time. We're connecting. It was really super fun.
I met Aiden and
Stu.
his father in Fall York. Aiden is a great guy, and he's a really good guy. He's a New Yorker originally.
New York? Oh, I don't. You're a New Yorker. I don't like you.
Hey, Stu. You want to tell him about?
Hold on. Before you go, remember your comment. All I want to say is John Hilt is dead to me.
I've heard that from several guys.
Oh, apparently there was a funny story that happened at TCA on that Thursday night, involving some of the guys and Kevin Quinn.
You got to give a little more details. There's funny stories every
Well,
night.
I wasn't there. I only heard like a bits and pieces of it. But
What about Mortadella?
yeah.
Kevin and funny stories. I don't know. Like
That's okay. I have the best.
Well, let's
picture
just say I
of
heard
Stu.
some fun stories at Thursday night in the presidential suite. Let's just say that.
Oh, that's what we do every night when the training hall shuts down, when the tours are over and you're done with the evening event or social event or banquet. You go back somewhere and you kind of have drinks.
Even my wife has a top Stu picture in the elevator. I don't know what was going on.
I don't know where my shirt went. It's irrelevant. Maybe it's where your pants have gone to. You really should put pants on.
I'm gonna have to mute the room again.
I did a thumbnail there.
All right, there was a question in there. Roger MCC was asking the Levi's boxcars. Any idea when those are coming?
I honestly don't.
Those are 64 cars, right? So they're not like.
Well, they're MTH. They're MTH.
Oh, those are
Rail
MTH.
King boxcars. I'm guessing they're going to appear probably about October because I think they're in the same production run as the MTH Halloween and Christmas Rail King boxcars. So I'm thinking they're going to show up in October.
All right, credit Ladle.
Have another drink, right?
No, Lady
All right,
Lionel and Will.
Who's going to spend the $4.5? What was it? $4.5 grand? Probably closer to 3.8 at a dealer would be my guess. I haven't even looked.
You
that
gonna
up.
pull the trigger on it, Will? You gonna do it?
Yeah.
Wait,
Lady
we looked that up. What is the
Will.
dealer pricing on that? Has anybody looked that up?
No, I haven't.
Low
All right, I'm
four.
gonna check it.
Low fours.
Yeah.
Lady
No, but
Lionel
isn't it
and
like
Will
what is it,
better be at
4 in the catalog, right?
York this year. Will, I know you're listening.
They have day jobs. They have a life.
No,
They took time off for the TCA convention. Vacation time is limited.
I agree.
Lady
but
Lionel
Lady
and
Lionel and Will better show up for York in the fall. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know.
You can say whatever you want to say, right?
Yeah. All I want to say is thank you, Stu. You gave us an exclusive on custom runs in the Lionel catalog that's coming out here. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. And I think that's the hook to get me out of here and let Ray take over the seat. But you're welcome. Happy to share.
I love that because before, Art, we love Art to death, but he's a friend of ours.
Not after tonight.
No, I don't know after tonight. He
they
kept
plugged the
these
cord- they plugged the cord.
images from us before we made other finance, because the catalogs are all out right now. And if I would have spent too much money on either the Lionel or the Third Rail catalog, and he saved us to the end and said, hey, Tel, look, there's a Ready in Northern. It's in your backyard. You should have pre-ordered this. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I hate to use the word dick, but dude, you should have told me this ahead of time because I would have ordered his engine before I ordered someone else's. So thank you for coming on the show and giving us an exclusive. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Let me come in real quick.
So, and I would just say, Gremlin 12, who's looking for NFL stuff, check out the Grisboskis has a ton of NFL stuff there. He's got I think there was a bunch of NFL stuff.
Okay, time out. Grisbowski's has a ton of everything. I was at their store today.
Yeah, and you showed up at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay. 10:30, 9:30
Bull
Atlantic time. Dude, I had a work call from 10 to 10:30, so I know what time I went to the store. Anyhow, the Grabowski store, the last time I was at their store was 20 years ago, and it was when they were on Lackawanna Avenue in downtown Scranton. I've never been to the store that Joe Sr. built, their beautiful building, but I go into the store. They have everything. So if they have stuff that's not online, they have stuff that they do not take to train shows. There is product in their store that you don't see anywhere else. And I had to walk around their store like 6 or 8 times because you walk through and you're close to the displays and you see everything at eye level, but you miss everything down below. So you got to back up and walk through the store again to see stuff. Their store is amazing. If you need something, call Grabowski.
Time out. Stu showed up before Gersbowski's open, which is crazy.
Yeah.
If you go to Gersbowski's, you have to go on their website because most of their product is online. It's not in the stores. What?
I'm looking at the comments. Somebody wants us to do a shot.
Okay. Anyway, I'm Gersbowski's.
Anyway. All right, guys. We've been at it for well over 2 hours now. I think this is our longest show.
Yeah, it is.
There was a ton of content.
Right now.
Can we get Dell back in to wrap it up?
Okay, I'm right here.
All right. But I want to say thank you, Larkin, for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Having you on. We had a packed show, and you hung in there. There was lots of stuff. I know you're not feeling well, so we do appreciate it. The little boy got him sick, unfortunately. So he hung in there with us. But thank you guys for watching 3 Rails 4 Dads. We will be back next month, and it's either next month or the month after. We are going to have something special, hopefully, to announce. So you guys definitely want to be here. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you again next time.
Later. Thank you.
You guys.
Later, guys. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks, Lark.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lark. Yeah.